So you've been in Tokyo for 3 days, you've been shoved and jostled too many times already in Shibuya Crossing, your throat is itchy from the city smog, you've stepped in another mysterious liquid, and there's just so much noise, you're overstimulated. What should you do? Maybe consider taking a day trip out to nature. Hi everyone, it's Abby from PiQtour, and today we are doing a day trip to Nikko. So this is only about 2 hours from Tokyo, so let's see if this is a good place for your itinerary. Let's go. Alright, so here we are at Tobu Nikko Station. So unless you're renting a car to get here, this is probably where you'll end up. So we took a few different trains to get here, and then we took this super luxurious train here, which was super worth it. I really enjoyed being on it. It was the Spacia X, and we upgraded to the premium car, and this was honestly one of the most luxurious trains I've ever sat on. Like 10 out of 10. I didn't even want to get off the train. But I did because I'm also excited to see Nikko today. So it was really pretty easy to get here, I will say, although total travel time from we're staying around Shinjuku was about 2 hours. Also, per person getting here was about just under 4,000 yen each. So once you get here to the station, very easy to understand what you need to do. You walk out and basically there's this big kind of open area in the middle, and this is where the buses are from. So if you're going straight to the shrine like we will, you'll just come here and take a bus. But before we hop on that bus, of course, we have to look around at snacks, because there's actually a delicious snack that I'm really excited to try first before we head over there. Let's go eat. All right, so one thing that Nikko is quite famous for is yuba. So yuba is basically maybe tofu skin. So when you boil soy milk, at the surface will be this very delicate little, almost like tofu paper. And so this place behind me has the manju version of that, which is basically like a bun. So fried yuba bun, essentially. So, well, our beautiful Maddie, please show us. Yay, here they are.
Check these out. Oh my gosh.
They look so good.
They do.
And I like that she pulled it out and then she dumped a bunch of salt on it. That's how I like all my food. Here it is. Don't look at my undone nails. All right, can't start a video without a snack. So here we go.
Hey.
That was so good. The outside is like crispy and salty, and the inside is this sweet red bean. So it's this really nice combination of like sweet, salty and sweet, that I could eat like 5 of these.
That's so freaking good.
It was really good.
That's even better than I expected.
It's much better than I expected too.
I expected to like it,
but not this much.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so once we finish this, we're gonna go get on this bus over here.
A World Heritage bus.
World Heritage bus, and the buses arrive every 10 minutes or so. So no worries if there's a long line or anything. What's up, dude? So the area around the station has a bunch of little shops and stuff. So they also have restaurants and such around here. And as we head to the bus, I'll note that you don't have to take a bus. You can actually walk pretty much everywhere here in Nikko for the most part. So if you want to walk, it'd be about this long. And if you want to take a bus, much quicker than that. It's about 10 minutes total, 5-minute bus, 5-minute walk. So it's all up to you. But if you do walk there, you'll walk past a bunch of cute little restaurants and cafes and things like that. So you can get off right before this bridge here. This is the Shinkyo Bridge, and it might seem unsuspecting, but it was actually designed as a World Heritage Site in 1999. And the name means God Bridge. And it's part of the Futara-san Shrine Complex, 300 yen to go across, although I think it's pretty cool just seeing it from next to it. So you will get off the bus right around here at the hotel, and from here we will walk up to the shrine. Let's go. The beautiful ancient Sagawa delivery truck is really here to greet us. This place is already totally vibes though. Like moss everywhere. Big tree. Look how big this tree is. I mean, dang. So we're here at our first stop, Toshogu Shrine. This is the main torii entrance gate, and this is a UNESCO World Heritage Site that goes all the way back to 1617. It is the most popular and exciting location in Nikko, or so they say. So this is what's called a Toshogu Shrine, of which there are many throughout Japan, and basically they're all dedicated to one big guy, a shogun, who we're going to learn about later. Let's head through the big torii gate, which is actually the biggest torii gate built in the Edo period, and see what all the fuss is about. A lot of things you'll see right off the bat when you walk in, such as this 5-story pagoda. From 1650, it was rebuilt. Absolutely beautiful. All right, let's get our ticket to go inside. So once you get your ticket, you can come up here into this main area. And one of the first things you'll see is the monkeys. Wow. You may notice that the main feature of this shrine is the intricate and ornate carvings of monkeys, and this is one of the most iconic carvings in the complex. The most famous one is the 3 wise monkeys, which are the hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil, which is reference to the idea of raising children with pure minds to set them up for success when they're older. Also, this building here is a horse stable, and apparently monkeys are said to be guardians of horses, so they're here to teach as well as protect. But alas, today there is no horse inside, which was going to be my way down the mountain. So it's said that the horse that used to be kept here was the shogun's horse that he rode during the Battle of Sekigahara, which very important battle that helped kind of unify Japan, if you will. So VIP horses have been in here. VIP, very important pony. Oh my gosh! So up here is the iconic Yomeimon Gate. This gate is nicknamed Higurashi Gomon, which implies that it's so beautiful you can gaze upon it all day without getting bored. And it was rebuilt in 1636. So if you are wondering why this place is so darn fancy, this is actually the mausoleum of Tokugawa Ieyasu, who was a big shogun who started the Tokugawa shogunate and basically helped to unite Japan. So, very important dude, so important in fact that he was deified. And basically you can come here and pray to him as the deity Taisho Daigongen. And that basically means big gongen light of the east. So what is a gongen? It is essentially a Buddha that has come down to earth as a Shinto god, or kami, to help people on earth. So essentially both a Shinto and a Buddhist figure, right? Which seems kind of confusing. But actually this place was built in a time when Shinto and Buddhism were pretty much one thing. And for that reason, you'll see features of both. You'll see things such as the very Buddhist bell tower that is next to me. It has a very Buddhist bell. You'll see Neo gates when you come in with big Neo guardians, but then you'll see torii gates. So you really have this combination of both. But this shrine, Nikko Toshogu Shrine, is actually the head of all of the Toshogu shrines across Japan, which are all to this great deity here, to Ieyasu. And it's said that there's around 130 now shrines to him across the country, but it used to be as many as 500. So you'll kind of see this very similar ornate architecture at a lot of these different Toshogu shrines. But this, of course, being the head and perhaps one of the grandest. And his body is here. So let's head through this very elaborate, beautiful gate. So it's said that this is one of the most elaborately created gates in Japan, and make sure you notice all of the carvings that will be here, of which there are 508 of all different creatures. And although it is beautiful in camera, it is definitely super duper stunning in person. So while we had Neo Guardians earlier, now we have more of a Shinto-styled gate here. Unbelievably stunning. You also have all these little people up on the side, which are all based off of Chinese stories.
In this building, you can see the mikoshi, and basically every shrine has one or two mikoshi that they take out during festivals. So what they do is they take these mikoshi into the main shrine and basically like pick up the god in there. And then they take him for a walk. There's a lot of smaller mini shrines around the areas around shrines. And so basically the idea is to take the god to each of the smaller shrines so that he can visit and bless each of the smaller shrines so that they work. This is one for this shrine, of course, and with the mikoshi we have a little ganpura model, which is based on the armor that people believe Tokugawa Ieyasu wore in the Battle of Sekigahara. And so, like, they got those red colors. As you can see, it's very inspired by that armor, but he's looking a little fancier. I love his boots. Where did he get them?
Gucci.
Gucci.
I like to imagine that there's like a different timeline in the universe, like the multiverse, where this is actually what he wore. So when you go up to the mausoleum area, if you look up, you'll see the sleeping cat up here. So on this side you have a sleeping cat, and on the other side you have sparrows. So it's said that the sparrow and the cat represents the strong and the weak, which can live together in harmony, which is the world that Ieyasu wanted to create. So, also, I think the carver just liked cats, so it's probably more likely. I like cats too, so that's fine. So there's just over 200 steps up to the top. So, Godspeed. And this is where the mausoleum is. We have the inner shrine, site of the grave of the first shogun of the last and longest shogunate, aka samurai government in history. Oh my gosh. I know he wasn't climbing up here. So the inner kind of shrine is here. So here you have where Tokugawa Ieyasu is said to be buried. And it's from 1683, and it replaced the first wooden version and later stone version. And they've never opened it since 1617. They sell little cat charms here if you need a cat charm. Make sure that when you come back around, you pray here for things like success with business or longevity or really just whatever, because you have the deity shogun listening to you. So back over here is the main shrine, so you'll just go in here and take your shoes off. But place of worship, I will not be filming in there, but I'm gonna go enjoy it myself. So the main hall behind me is one of the most important parts of the shrine, and it's where you have the spirits enshrined of Tokugawa Ieyasu, as well as the spirits of Toyotomi Hideyoshi and Minamoto no Yoritomo. So 3 very important guys, basically, enshrined in there. And so when you go inside, it's super stunning, and it literally feels like out of like the Shogun TV series, where you go in and you see where all the daimyo lords would have met up, and it's absolutely amazing. So this is one of those things that you just have to come experience for yourself. And if you're any kind of like history nerd, you'll definitely super enjoy it. But I think even the average person would enjoy how it's just almost moving. It's one of the most ornate places I've ever been in Japan. So very, very special place. On the way out, when you go through here, before you do, you'll notice that, look at this pillar, see how the design is like with this swirl. Notice this, and then look at this one. And you can see that this is upside down. And the reason for that is so that this place is never truly 100% complete. Because they think that once something is complete, it will start to deteriorate. It's like insurance, essentially. As long as you have this pillar, your place is going to keep out the evil and not start to deteriorate. We love that. Side note that if you come here in fall, it's absolute insanity. The amount of people here is off the charts. So be aware that you'll probably have to walk. The buses will be too full. And it'll just be super busy because the area is very beautiful in the fall. But you will not be the only person here. Right now it's late February when I'm here. Just for context, people in the comments always ask me, when were you there? End of February.
Okay, what you see here is the Crying Dragon Hall, and basically what this is some ancient acoustics. One of the priests will come in here, and if you stand under this painting of a dragon and clap two pieces of wood together, it'll make a sound like a crying dragon, like he's going, BRB.
The Crying Dragon Hall is actually really cool. You go inside and it depends on where they make the noise, whether the dragon cries or not. So very cool, although it makes more of a kee than a murr.
Not a murr.
It was not a murr. But fun experience. Obviously you can't record it or take pictures because that ruins the fun. So continuing out. So there's also a museum here. So when you get your ticket, you can get, instead of the 1,600 yen default ticket, you can get the 2,400 yen combo ticket that includes the museum. So the museum has a lot of Edo period stuff, including clothing and weapons, of course related to the Tokugawa shogunate. So you can see that here, especially if you're into history. This might be a fun place to go. But now that we're outside of the shrine, we are going to head to get some food, and we're going to show you two different places super close to the shrine where you can eat. Let's go. So the place I chose for lunch is Sannai Saryo Taikobo, which was this super fantastic, beautiful little hidden away Japanese house, essentially, where you can get a bunch of yuba. So yuba, again, is basically tofu skin, and I got the yuba don, which was a bowl of flavored rice with really thin pieces of yuba on it. And they give you little pickles and wasabi and soy sauce to put on top. Really the perfect meal for someone that loves tofu, aka me. It was scrumptious. And they even give you a little yokon and some green tea to go with it as a dessert, if you somehow still have room left in your stomach after all of that. And also, this is one of those places that I'm almost reluctant to publicly discuss because it was really, really quiet and peaceful.
I went to a place called Meiji no Yakata, which is this restaurant that is set up in an old foreign merchant's house. He used to live here in Nikko, and so it's this really cute old Western style historical house, and that was kind of the main draw. I ended up getting omurice, which is a classic Meiji era food, and the one that I got was super good. It had demi-glace sauce, and on the inside it had chicken and shrimp rice, and the omelet part of it was a very good classic, fluffy on the inside, very well cooked omurice. My omurice fans will know what I'm talking about. But it also had other things like set meals that comes with today's soup. But for today, I just got the omurice. I checked out the inside of the restaurant and it was beautiful. I can honestly recommend it, but be careful because there might be a little bit of a wait. I got there around 12:30. I took a number and I was number 2 in line, but it still took about 15 minutes for me to get in.
So before we head back, another cool thing to see is Kanmanga Fuchi, which is a very unique little area in an abyss, essentially, that has a bunch of Jizo statues. So that would be really cool to check this out. Kind of a nice little relaxing, peaceful spot. You can even see where I am now. Not a lot of action here. So again, reinforcing this being an excellent escape from the busy city of Tokyo. You can either walk here, it's about a 20-minute walk from where we had lunch, or you can take a taxi, which is what I did. And literally was like not even 5 minutes. It was like 3 or 4 minutes. You can hear the water. Wow. Yeah, maybe not a place for the Prada shoes, but wow, how peaceful is this? So this unique gorge here was created by an eruption of the nearby Mount Nantai, which is actually still categorized as active today, so let's hope it's in a good mood. But this area is popular because of the row of 70 different Jizo statues that you have, and this beautiful river that was created by the flow of magma. In case you don't know what a Jizo statue is, they're often seen as the protectors of spirits and travelers, and especially of children, sometimes considered the spirits of children as well. So this is a very sacred and solemn place, so don't come here and be crazy. Let's head back into a little town area. So on our way back to catch the bus, you'll walk by a lot of really cute little like cafes and restaurants. And by a lot, I mean there's not that many. This is a very quiet area. But you do have this place behind me called Nikko Coffee, where we're gonna grab a little coffee before we hop on the bus. So let's go. All right, so we've come full circle back to Tobuniko Station. One thing to note is that there are other places near here that you could go visit if you want. For example, you have Nantai Mountain if you want to hike up. That has Chuzenji Lake as well there, which is really pretty. You have Kegon Falls, is pretty popular, but it's about an hour from here if you want to go out there. And you also have Edomura, which is a fun little historical village you can visit. But I'm about done. I've really enjoyed everything. This was my first time here today, and honestly, it blew me away. What a really fun day trip to do. Highly recommend. Maybe just consider the season that you come, because we're very lucky that today it was very slow. But I imagine it gets insane in fall. But we're going to hop back on the train and head back to Tokyo. Let me know what you think about Nikko, if you think it fits your itinerary. Don't forget to check out our blog. Consider liking and subscribing, really helps us out. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye!